reaching out to the other side.
What?
I mean, it's crazy.
Can you like chase them?
I pretended like I knew what I was doing. I had no idea. Never even been to an airport terminal before that point. We're gonna be very careful. Welcome back, all. It's me, Angela, and Ethan. We are the Midwest couple, and today we've got an interesting video to do.
As many of you guys know, we're coming to the UK here in June, and a lot of you guys have been messaging that, especially in London, we need to be careful of pickpockets.
Yeah.
Some of you guys have been giving your suggestions on how to avoid it, but there's actually a video on YouTube, shocking, titled 13 Ways How Pickpockets Rob You from the great channel Walter's World. We've done several of his. He's a great channel vlogger. We're going to watch this video and hopefully learn more ways of how to avoid being pickpocketed.
Right.
Also, before we get into the video, make sure to leave a like if you like the video, subscribe if you want to join the channel, and also this video is going to be sponsored by Ekster, but more about them later.
Stay tuned.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're in London, in jolly old England, having a great old time. But we know that some tourists have a bad time because pickpockets get to them. So what I thought I'd go with today are some of the common ruses that pickpockets do use throughout Europe. So let's get started. Now, the first thing you want to look at is what are some of the tricks on public transportation? Well, one of the big things, if you're taking the tube or the metro in Rome or in Barcelona, you'll have it where they stand by the door, and when the door is closed, they kind of step out. But the thing is, they stand near the doors, and they might have their hand in your pocket or their hand on your purse or something like that. And so by the time you realize they've got something, boom, the doors have already closed and they're gone with your stuff. Ooh. So make sure if you're standing near, the doors and exits, pay extra special care with your belongings.
Interesting.
Also, sometimes what you might see on the subway, you might see what we call crowding or grouping. Might be a group of like 4 or 5 guys or women or kids gathering around a tourist or something like that, and then pickpocketing them while they're there or taking their bags. This has actually happened to me when I was in Lisbon.
Actually, speaking of the sign, some people, I don't know if we'll get to this, but some people in the comments mentioned that when you see this sign, do not go for what you have.
Oh, yeah.
Do not touch it because it shows where you have it. And it's like a natural instinct that you want to do, like, oh, shoot pickpockets, and you touch.
Yeah.
And they like look for that. So that's one thing you guys have recommended, which we try not to do. And yes, we will be taking the tube, because we have to.
At some point or another, probably several times.
We're just going to have to be very careful. Being ganged up on sounds very
That sounds like actually being robbed, not just pickpocketed.
This has actually happened to me when I was in Lisbon. A bunch of guys surrounded me, and literally I had to push off the back of the seat kind of thing to get out of the way because they were trying to rob me on the metro. So you really need to be careful, because I know when you're on the tube and stuff like that, you're used to being kind of smushed up. But just because you're smushed up doesn't mean everyone's just smushing up to smush up. Some people are there for nefarious purposes. So make sure you are paying attention to that. And the thing is, anytime it's a crowded situation in the metro, you really should take care. Not just in the metro, but on the platforms, but also when you're going through the turnstiles. Places like Paris, you'll see that people will try to sneak in with you so they don't have to pay for their ticket. But that's a really big ruse where they go in and snatch people's wallets and stuff like that when they go through with them. So make sure you're paying attention. Don't let other people come through you. And if they come through with you, because if they do, they probably have something of yours to take with them. It's actually happened in Paris, actually. These girls went in with my dad. Luckily, the police were there. They literally jumped on the girls right away. And the girls like, we have nothing. And they dropped all my dad's stuff on the floor. But since it was on the floor, they didn't have it, so they didn't get arrested. So just know, you really got to be careful. Any kind of, on public transport, any kind of,
contact,
stuffy situation, you could have some tough times. Also,
I'm wondering though, can you, if you know someone is pickpocketed you, can you like chase them? I feel like that would have to lead into a confrontation.
It does seem like they have a lot of police around, probably especially in those areas, so you could probably flag someone down while you're chasing them, and that'd be legal.
I don't know. I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen, but I mean, if it does, I guess it does, but
we're gonna be very careful.
Also, along with that, you might have what we call, they might slash your bag, and that's if you have a purse or a backpack. What they do is they just kind of cut the bottom of the bag and take stuff out of it, or cut it from the side and reach their hand in and get things. Because a lot of people will put their passport or their wallets kind of in the front part of their bag. If you have a backpack like this, see, mine doesn't have it. We have a thing on the back of our backpack. And so what they might do is they cut here, or they cut on the bottom, and then they'll get something out of there. And you might not realize it until later, especially if they cut the straps, because what'll happen is, I know this was in Rome, and I was there with a friend of mine and her family. Her mom's bag had 7 cuts in it because people were trying to cut her bag off it and take it. But she had a metal wire through it because she planned ahead, and that kind of helped her out there. Another
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy. That's really smart to have like metal wire, because you have to have like, you can't just use a knife. You have to like have 10 snakes.
But especially one of those things you didn't realize it happened until later. Like, my back has cuts in it. I'm so close to being robbed.
It kind of reminded me of that story that your mom was saying the other day.
Oh, yeah?
About how she knew someone that they were camping.
Oh, yeah.
And someone like slit the tent open and like took all their luggage while they were sleeping.
Right.
Because obviously if you use the zipper, it might wake someone up. But if you just do like a little
Fine
thin cut,
yeah.
and you can just quietly reach in. That's super creepy though.
Yeah.
She had a metal wire through it because she planned ahead, and that kind of helped her out there. Another thing in public transport where pickpockets like to work is at ticket kiosks. If you're going to be at a ticket kiosk getting things, using a card or money, look, you're probably a tourist, you're not sure what you're supposed to do. Some helpful local comes up to offer you help. You're like, oh, thank you so much. You're like, yeah, no problem. They'll help you get the ticket. You won't think anything about it. But the thing is, their buddies working with them behind you, or maybe their hands are going into a bag while you're working on stuff. So you really need to be careful. Anybody that's trying to help you at one of those ticket kiosks, unless they're one of the uniformed people, just say no thank you. You can figure it out eventually. They have it in English and German and Italian and all those things. But just make sure you are paying attention at those ticket kiosks.
I don't think it'll be as much of an issue if you're traveling in a group, because you have people to watch your back, and we're going to always be together. So.
True, unless even like a bigger group of pickpockets.
That's true, getting all smushed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now when you're out and about, there's a few kind of pickpocketing common easy nails that they kind of go through on tourists around here. One is you have the bump. And this is one I see on Las Ramblas in Barcelona a lot. The pickpocket...
What is that?
He's wearing a dick costume.
What? What the heck?
Coming along and actually bump into somebody, say, oh, excuse me, you know.
And the
You
other
just think, oh, you don't think anything
no.
of it because, oh, they said, excuse me. And what pickpocket would actually say hi or excuse me? But when they did that, boom, they lift your wallet and they're gone. Okay, so anytime anybody bumps into you, do the little check, wallet, watch, wallet, phone, is everything there? Because that's one of the easy things, you see the bump. Another thing you might see is, there's two variations of this. One, somebody's eating a hot dog or something and oops, oh, I'm sorry, I got a little mustard on your jacket. Let me help you. So you take your bag off and your jacket and they clean it off. And they're like, oh, sorry. And they're dressed nicely in a suit or something like that. You say, oh, well, and they're like, okay, well, have a great time here in Barcelona, bye. And they'll walk away. And when you look down, uh-oh, your bag is gone. Very common one out there. Another version of this is when there's bird poop on you. It's them. They put the bird poop and they say, oh, excuse me, you have the bird poop on you. And you'll take your bag off, and you'll take your jacket off, or put your bag down, boom. And it's not the person that says, hey, watch out, it's someone else. And so if you go to the cops, they'll be like, hey, the guy's like, I don't know, I was just helping. And they get away with it.
And they don't have it because someone else took it, so, yeah.
Wow. Now would be a great time to talk about our sponsor, Ekster. So, can I borrow your wallet for a second?
Sure.
That was way too scripted, but good job. This thing is a piece of crap. It's falling apart. It's covered in dirt. Literally, honestly, it's just not...
Whoa!
I think it's time for an upgrade, so it's an Ekster wallet.
Now this is a wallet. This is just a small sample of what they have to offer. This is the Parliament Blue. This is the aluminum card holder gold for all you people who don't have cash. And then this is the classic brown. The number one feature of the Ekster wallets are the card holders, easily separated out for you. The second main feature of the Ekster is the ability to be able to track your wallet if you've lost it. Like me, I have lost my wallet when it's 5 feet away from me. All you have to do is buy the Ekster tracking, download the app, sync to your phone, and then ring to find. Solar panel to charge, it goes in like this. And one really awesome feature of this is if you lose your phone, but still have your wallet on you, you can find your phone. They have a 4.7 out of 5-star reviews, so definitely go check them out on the website.
Now, wallets aren't the only thing they have to offer. They have lots of other merchandise and other accessories and stuff like that. Also, be sure to check out the discount link in the description. You can get 20% off of your very own Ekster wallet. So check that out for sure. And we really like these. These are pretty cool. Go ahead, check them out, and back to the video.
The cops I find in Europe aren't quite as go-get-em as they are in the U.S. with pickpockets and things like that. So you really got to be on the ball here because most likely you're not going to get too much help. Now, another thing you might see is the helpful tourists, and these kind of goes with that helping you get at the kiosk, getting your tickets. This could be other tourists that are helping you. Oh, are you looking for Big Ben and Parliament? Are you looking for Westminster Abbey? And they might be helping you, but the whole time they're sizing you up, either for themselves or other people. So do be careful if you do have overly friendly people, especially if you have people helping you with your bags. Maybe you're at the train station in Germany and you want to put the bags in a locker so you can go visit Nuremberg for the day. And oh, it's high up. Oh, they say, I'll help you out. And they put it in there, help you lock it up and everything. Say, okay, have a nice day. But maybe they've seen your ticket number, or they had to switch the key on you. And that's an easy way that people can get things. Another thing is when you're getting money out on your ATM, you might see people who will come up to you while you're at your ATM. I know in France, there's always somebody sitting by an ATM so they can beg for money while you're getting your money out. Because they're like, look, you have money right there. Look, when you're at an ATM, especially if you're feeling uncomfortable in the situation, see if you can find a bank that has an ATM inside the bank. Usually you're going to be fine anywhere in Europe, but this is one of the things that pickpockets and thieves really do see. Is like, look, the person's there, I see how much money they have, I can get their wallet, I can get their thing. If they're not protecting their password when they put it in, I can get the password so I can get a lot more money. So you really need to be careful when you go to the ATM. Make sure you're looking, make sure no one's paying attention. Also, when you're going...
That's actually a really good point. I was actually going to ask if it'd be better just to go to banks.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess if you don't have a bank account, you have to use a machine to pull your money out, like with the debit card.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's a great idea or not, but I'm playing on credit cards mostly.
Yeah.
Because at least banks are insured, but at least they're insured. And I mean, if it's stolen, you can just claim it's stolen. And
right.
I don't know. I like a disconnect between like my personal money.
Yeah. My
and
actual account.
Like my stuff. So that's my plan. I'm curious. So as I've said in previous videos, a lot of you guys have commented that pickpocketing is very prevalent in London. Comment down below if you have been pickpocketed. Obviously, I'm going to say sorry if you have. That is awful. But just like, what was your experience? Like, did you notice it? If you did notice it, were you able to confront the person?
Are there ways we could prevent that as well?
Yeah. So anyway, guys, all your comments on this will be appreciated.
Also, when you're going shopping, if you're putting in your PIN number, when you're shopping, those people behind you might be recording it. So make sure always do the little hand cover and put it in, because it does make a difference.
I'm not the best at doing that.
Another thing you'll see, and I've seen this in Spain and France a lot, is you'll see people ask you to sign a petition. Look. You're not from here. You're signing a petition, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say it's for either. Just say, no thank you. Like what? You don't believe in no nuclear weapons and you don't believe in this or that? You just say, hey, I don't want to get involved. Because the thing is, when they do that, they actually are watching you and seeing what you have. And sometimes I've seen it where the one arm that is holding the petition isn't a real arm. And the person is reaching out to the other side. What? I mean, it's crazy stuff like that. You got to really pay attention to. So people with petitions say, no thank you.
That has really evolved to have like a fake art. I mean, that's genius.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, you're focusing, you're looking at it, reading it, and then that is next level.
Another thing you might not think about where people are actually, pickpocketing is when you see street performers. You're there seeing a band play, or you're seeing, people juggling or things like that.
Oh, you
and the street performer may not have anything to do with it. But the pickpockets know that the tourists are there watching the juggler or the puppeteer or the musician, and they're not paying attention to their stuff, so they become easy targets to pickpocket. Okay.
Interesting.
Now, there are tons of ways.
Sorry, especially if you're like a really good street performer. I've seen like some music, like you just
capture you.
Yeah, you just stand there and be staring, and like someone could easily just come and grab your bag.
Yeah.
If you or your suitcase, if you like let go of it.
Yeah. Pickpockets can work. I just want to give you a few examples. Other thing you want to be careful for: if you're going to cafes and restaurants and bars, putting your coats on your back of your chairs. Easy things that they can do and grab. Another thing in bars where people are putting their coats up or putting on things, people will come by and take phones off tables, and you never know because the club's busy and there's bars and people are drinking, and sometimes you're like, did I leave my phone somewhere? So those issues. Now really what I want to say, when it comes to pickpockets and thieves when you travel, you need to be vigilant all the time, okay? I'm not saying be freaked out like, oh, everyone's trying to get me, but make sure you are keeping your sense about you. Put your wallet in your front pocket. If you're going to be going out for the day, use the safe in the hotel to lock up your passport or extra money or things like that, so you don't bring into those extra things with you, so you don't make yourself more of a target. Anyway, I hope that helps you know a little bit more of the ruses that some pickpockets use.
The other thing I've heard, like, as a woman, there's a lot of information out there that's like how to avoid this and that, and a lot of it is just being aware. Just like looking around, making eye contact with people, whether they're a pickpocket or not, they see you do that, they don't want to get recognized, they don't want to have any ties to them, and it will deter a lot just by looking around and being very focused on eye contact.
Well, you went to Germany by yourself.
Yeah.
For your very first time international travel.
Yeah.
You didn't have any friends or anything.
Nope.
Were you ever worried or felt like someone was maybe following or
I don't think
hyper
so.
cautious or anything?
I don't know why pickpocketing wasn't really on my mind. I didn't have a whole lot.
So now it is.
Well, the thing is, I had a money belt, and those are a lot hard. I felt very secure wearing that. My hands were open. I didn't even have my phone in my hand or in my pockets. I think I had that stored away.
Phone back then.
No, not then.
Oh, really?
I just had a really old, cheap smartphone.
Okay,
but I think I kept it in the money belt or something. So I didn't. My hands were always free, and I remembered that. I just kept eye contact, and I just like focused where I'm going, and I pretended like I knew what I was doing. I had no idea. Never even been to an airport terminal before that point.
That is one thing people say, like, try not to stand out.
Yeah.
Maybe don't be like doing all the...
Take pictures of everything. Oh my gosh,
Well, no,
this is so cool.
The one thing I'm worried about now, though, is, like, a lot of people have said be careful with your phones, so now I'm a little cautious of how much filming I want to do in London. I feel like everywhere else, I'm not going to be as worried. I was actually going to ask, though. I was planning on, like, trying to leave passports and driver's licenses at the hotel, but I was also curious if... Is there a reason in day-to-day life that you would need, like, if we get onto the tube or a bus, do we need a form of ID?
Do we need like driver's license or
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, well, overseas they would need a passport.
Or to go into certain places.
Yeah, so do I need a passport? Like, is that something I need to be carrying on me? Because I prefer not to.
Yeah.
Same thing with like a driver's license. I don't want to have to have that on me if I don't have to. So yeah, guys, please comment down below, especially because you guys have more experience. A lot of you guys travel way more than we do.
That we did. We didn't grow up in big cities. So
for us, it's definitely taking us. Well, you've been traveling, but it's like taking us out of our comfort zone.
Yes.
It would be more likely if you left your wallet laying around here. Like someone would, if they saw it, they would bring it, like come up and like, hey, you dropped your wallet.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. Really looking forward to your guys' comments.
Especially on this whole getup, because I've got some things to say about it.
And just as a reminder, the discount code for Ekster is down in the description below. Make sure to check that out if you want. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.
I'm having fun just messing with it, honestly.